Hi, and welcome to Crafty Chaos. I'm Laura.
And I'm Sherry.
And today we're going to be doing some watercolor brush pen painting.
Yay.
And today's supply list is going to be some watercolor paper. And we'll go into some detail on that.
Yeah.
You want to give them what you're using?
Yeah, so I got the best for watercolor is Coldpress. I understand also if you're beginning, Coldpress watercolor paper. It's very thick. I got mine in Hobby Lobby. It's the Master's Touch brand. It was on sale. So it's very, very thick. It's like a thick cardstock. So that's what I got. And the Staedler watercolor brushes. Laura got different stuff than I did.
You've got the dual tip.
Yeah, I got dual tip. It's got a skinny tip and a thick tip, and they're called brushes. It's more like a marker that bends easily. But it's definitely not like a brush with many different, at least mine aren't.
So mine are more like brushes, but
yeah, mine's more of a marker.
And I'm just using mixed media. It accepts wet and dry media, and it's 110-pound paper.
Mine's 140 pounds.
And it's Master's Touch. And I just picked this up because I was using it with gelato crayons and some other stuff. And then I just got, my daughter got me these actually off of Amazon, and these are called Parkoo water brush pens. And you can see mine are more like a, actually a paintbrush. So we're going to get started with those. Yeah. And this is our first time using these.
Yeah.
So this, and we also have in it, came in both our kits, just a plain water brush, and it doesn't have any color in it. You just put plain water in it, and it helps to flow the paint in the others and blend.
So actually I bought mine. It's Master's Touch. I got it at Hobby Lobby. It's a 3-piece watercolor round brush pen set. It was only $3, plus I got the 40% off, so it was $1.80. Wow. So it was really only 60 cents per pen. And it's 3 different sizes. It's the smaller, and then a little bit more wide. It's medium, and then there's a bigger one. And some people had complained in the reviews on these pens that they couldn't get them to close and open properly, but it's completely opposite of normal. It's more like the Wallflowers from Bath and Body. You turn it lefty tighty, righty loosey, completely opposite. And then also I just want to mention, you have Laura's got the fancy.
The Tim Holtz.
Yes.
What does he call this? I'm going to call it just the studio board. But it's glass, because I've started mixing some of his distressed ink now. And it just has, I need to clean that. This is where you mix your paints and palettes and stuff. And that's where I'm going to use mine instead of getting like a palette or mixing palette, I guess. This is where I mix mine at, and I just wash it down with water. So.
Yeah, and I was going to buy a palette, but I found cheaper these little plastic ink mixing boards. They're very, very, very flimsy, and they're clear. And I mean, you could use anything you have at home that just has like it's a plastic that won't absorb the ink. So
probably salad, the lettuce containers that you buy.
And I was thinking like the little cheap, the kid trays, food trays that are like that. Well, you could use Lunchables, but I'm thinking about like the kinds you buy at like Target or Hobby Lobby or whatever. Little plastic food trays. So.
But so with his stuff, you have to add water to it to activate it, and that's why you do that there, and then you work here, and it just cleans up easier.
Same kind of idea.
Yeah.
So we're so excited.
We are. This is so exciting, and we're going to be doing a whole lot more of that, and then we're going to start making cards, bookmarks, and everything.
But neither one of us have
any training,
nothing in watercolor, no painting. I've never learned how to draw other than,
Me either.
you know, like in kindergarten. No high school art classes, nothing. I mean, so
I'm going to be taking a water paint class
She
in
sure
May.
is.
You know, just I think community colleges are underrated on
They
their
are.
art classes, and anything that they have that they offer those classes, pottery, all
I
those.
did cake decorating at our local one.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, they have great classes. If you get a chance, you ought to use them.
Really?
But she's got the fancy brushes, and I watched a quick video last night from Mozart Supplies, and it's Mozart Supplies. And she taught how to do like a little bouquet of roses.
Oh.
So I'm going to try that.
Okay.
And see if we can get it going.
I learned some things. I did a sad attempt at eucalyptus, but
They're
like
great.
again, I mean, we've never done this. This was last night on my deck, sitting out there with my dog and my little boy. So
I think they're beautiful.
I learned Staedler, Staedtler. There's a lady on there. Her name is Nadia, and she teaches beginner lessons on watercolor, and that's how I did that. Eucalyptus, kind of different. And then I also watched. Her name is Tanya. Maybe it's pronounced Tanya. Tanya. Lentz, Leintz, and hers was titled Watercolor Tutorials for Beginners. So she showed how to do all these different flowers, and she did it from memory, and I did that.
That's great.
That is a thistle.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
and if you do it every day, and I mean, that's beautiful.
I mean,
I knew exactly what it was, but when you,
I'm so glad.
yeah,
You
so
know, not perfect, but you know, we're learning and trying, and that's
what we got to do.
That's right. So I want to see your roses.
Well, I don't like red roses, so I've got to come up with a color.
You know, you can do whatever color you want to do.
I know. I wish I'd learned how to draw carnations. You know, I love me some carnations.
I know you love carnations. I'm
the
just
cheapest
thinking-
flower in the world.
I was wondering if I had seen any carnations anywhere.
You just have to
But
get
no.
and start looking
Yeah,
at on YouTube.
on
and-
YouTube. That's,
And really just, so you're just going to make and you don't have to look at me closely. This is not a tutorial.
here, let's make sure.
I
You,
am.
well, it's showing.
And so you're
how-
just going to, and I'm not going to, and so you just do like 3 things here, and then you come out and you make a little swoopty.
So it's almost like you did a
You
little
build it
C and a dot next to it.
And then you just come out and build it, you know, spread that color.
And that's another thing. These water brushes, when you add the water to the marker that you've put on your paper, it is supposed to make it start to, they could call it bleed, and flow, and it looks really pretty, makes it look more natural, like a real flower.
I don't know if this is, you know, actual watercolor paper. I don't know. So we'll see.
Well, but the thing is, though, what I found learning last night is that it's going to take time to learn how much water to add to what you have drawn, and where to stop, you know, because you want it to flow and make a nice petal, but you still want the edge of the petal to kind of be seen so that people know where their eye stops, you know, to look at that
This
petal.
might not turn out to be a rose at all. I might go to the leaf.
So
Y'all.
you know, so we're really
We are. This is really my first attempt at
This
this little
is
rose.
beginner.
Yeah. So
but,
carry
you know,
on.
It was so much fun. For me, it was relaxing, just sitting outside, and you know, my dog was on my lap.
Yeah. We were going to do a meditative coloring, and we just didn't think the world was ready for that.
Yeah.
We really didn't. I don't know. Can I have a piece of your paper?
You can do
you
whatever you.
mind?
Of course not. We're BFFs.
Well, I'd hate to take your
What's
new
mine
stuff.
is yours, and
hate
I know
taking
what's
your
yours
stuff.
is mine. Namely, that
Mine
dog.
looks like a little face that's angry.
There you go.
Thank you. And it probably isn't the paper. It's probably moi.
No, it's not you. I'm just watching.
Yeah. See see the difference?
No.
See how that spread out?
Oh, did
better?
it? Okay.
See how that took better?
You know, and ask people working at the craft store or the art store, whatever, where you're buying your stuff. I mean, I was just at Hobby Lobby, and there's this young fella who works there. He's probably not even 20. You probably know who I'm talking about. And I mean, he's like, oh, I've tried watercolor, and I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't buy this. This is what you need to get. So, but one thing he did say is that if you want to layer your colors, you're going to either need to go in ahead and add more color immediately while the paper is wet. Say, for instance, like Laura's doing a pink rose. Well, maybe she wants to add some purple on top of it. She needs to go ahead and do that before that particular petal or area dries. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait and until the paper dries completely
And come back.
And it's not going to have the same effect. Believe me, I tried it last night playing with this thistle. So
yeah, it still looks like a little face, but it's okay.
it's more
because once I make a bunch of them,
Yeah.
But you see how that didn't. So here's a great example how that paper took. This is a mixed media art. I didn't buy paper. I had this. So this is mixed media, except it's wet and dry.
Okay.
So that's what Sherry and I were talking about earlier, is getting the correct. I bought this for something else.
Okay.
So getting the correct material for
I can
what you
already
need.
see the difference in that.
That's what I'm saying. So if you get the correct material, even if it costs a little more in the
It'll be worth
beginning,
it. Yeah.
just like we said, if we had not started with the IOD molds first, we probably would have given that up,
We probably would have.
because sometimes it's better to spend a little more up front
Yeah.
and be okay if you know that's something that you're going to continue to do. We felt like that was something we continue to do.
And it will be. There's
And it
so
will.
much you can
Yeah, that's
use it
just
for.
such a good medium for us. This is something that we will do. Like, we've got cardstock now. We've got die cuts we're going to start
Yep.
using. So we've got a lot of stuff that we're going to use this for. So I'm
Yeah.
really happy. And she got really good paper. So I think this is going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, I do
And
too.
That's another thing. Get the right stuff.
And the paper was on sale
Yeah.
at Hobby
yeah.
Lobby. So I did really well.
Yeah. And the paper, they say sometimes you can even get away with great paper and not great paint.
Yeah.
So I've heard that. I've watched Cinder Block Studio. I've watched him, and he said if you get good paper, your art supplies don't really matter that much.
Really?
And he's not for everybody. I find him. So you've got to find the person you like on YouTube.
Absolutely.
So try him. He's good. You want to go ahead and get yours started?
Sure. I'm just really enjoying watching your rose.
Okay.
I was going to say something else about it's even like with the chalk paint, and Laura was talking about the IOD molds that we were using. We're using air dry clay in. We've got videos on that. I'm sorry, it's mesmerizing seeing what she's doing as compared to what I did. But so the clay, the chalk paint that we've been using with the clay, you could probably go for a cheaper chalk paint than what we've been using.
Yeah.
Our Dixie Belle that we've been getting. You know, you could even make your own. My gosh, for years I made my own and it turned out great. And that's just with regular like latex paint. You buy it your hardware store, wherever you get it. And there are various ways to mix it. You can look that up online, Pinterest, wherever. I've found different ways of doing it on Pinterest. So anyway, there's just different ideas where you can cut corners, save in one way, but see, you gotta really be careful with certain things like paper.
Because I would have given up. I'd have been like, that's horrible. I'm not ever doing that again.
Right.
But that's just because I don't know if I've gotten to an age where
we don't want to fool around.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't.
So I did get, how do you pronounce it? Faber-Castell. Sorry, I hate not knowing how to pronounce things, but there you go. I got, and you got to be careful when you buy these because this is a water soluble. It's a watercolor pencil. You got to make sure it says aqua or something about water on it when you go to buy it. And what I'm doing is I'm going to do a thistle because it's the easiest thing out there.
Yours is beautiful. So, and this doesn't even have to be a rose. You know, this could just be a flower.
I'm gonna do a thistle. I feel like I need to do it right here. So a thistle is kind of egg shaped. So this will dissolve pretty much once the water hits it. So
that's neat.
So I'm going to draw a pretty decent size egg shape so you can. No, as well. I'll knock it out of the way if I need to. I'm probably not going to make the round bottom on it. I mean the big long stem and the.
And I'm just making a small bouquet because I want to practice some leaves.
Okay. And look, we don't draw. We're not drawers. So I'm just getting a kind of a decent egg shape. You may not even need to make an egg shape. This lady that I watched, Tanya, doing the thistle last night, she didn't draw anything. She just went right to it. Sweet baby child over there, a snorting. So you just start, thistles are pokey. So I'm going to start with my thistle. Hey, and if you need to go online like I did and have a image of a flower or whatever it is in front of you so you know what the heck you're making.
Yeah, that's helpful. You've had first and second breakfast. We're done.
You just start out.
Sorry, guys.
I'm not apologizing for that precious dog. That's part of this family.
Go get Green Dog. You can do it.
And I'll just add a little. So that was the thinned end. Yes. So I'm going to add some thicker in there because you don't want to have a lot of white space unless you're trying to highlight, like for an eye or some reflection. But I'm not that advanced yet, so look at Laura's beautiful flowers.
I think I've lost the rose touch, but it's okay. Because I just like this is really super relaxing.
It really is. It is relaxing. So I've done the
that's beautiful.
Outside. I'm gonna go back in this way. And yours, it doesn't have to be like everyone else's. If you want to say you're making I like Sherry's thistle, but I don't like purple. Well, you don't, in nature, thistles aren't a whole bunch of colors. If you want to make a yellow thistle or multicolor thistle, you do you. Whatever you want to do. But I'm going with
We would like to shout out Tanya and Darlene for our Easter posts.
Oh, yes. The things they did for Easter and visiting loved ones. And we hope you all had a lovely Easter.
We do. We had a great Easter.
We did.
Beautiful weather.
We did have gorgeous weather. We did. Went to church and went out. Well, you went out to eat.
My daughter's treat.
That was very nice.
It was. I was very, very impressed. All right, now, what am I doing? Trying to. Okay, so now.
Shape going here.
And mine don't have names, so I'm going to go middle green.
You know what? Mine don't have names
Oh, they
either.
don't?
Nope.
I'm surprised.
I am too, but
Well,
no.
Well, you got a good color variation.
I do. I have 36 colors,
Let me
so.
see.
So that, it's not fabulous, but I don't want to whack you, Laura.
Oh, you're fine.
But,
that looks great.
kind of what I imagine a tumbleweed looks like. It could be stretched out more, but. So I'm going in with my medium brush now. And you just give your brush a little squeeze.
Oh, I thought you needed me to do something.
No. Just give your brush a little squeeze and make sure it's got water. Now, the way I saw them do it is you go from the middle out and it makes your stuff blend. If you drop a glob of water on it, when I say it makes your stuff blend, it'll make your colors blend. It softens the line. But I think if you do a glob of water, you get more of that watercolor effect of it kind of being like a puddle of color. And if you keep adding water, that's what's going to happen to this. So it's just,
Can you keep, so I also have seen them wet.
Yes.
Water.
So
the paint stays in.
Yes.
That's pretty neat.
So you can do that too. But with these brushes, I've seen them do it to where it's more of a, you use this.
Yeah.
And you can put a glob of water on the paper, but then you make your own water glob here too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can't really go in on wet paper with the mark. I say that, I don't know.
All right.
Have you seen anybody do that? Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Well,
I mean, look at that. We're
yeah,
beginners,
it was very.
y'all.
Yeah, we are. That's my first one, so y'all can do it for sure.
Please,
I can do it.
Understand that you may be much more advanced than we are, and we appreciate that.
We appreciate you being kind.
Again, if you look at our description, it's beginner. We are beginner on most of the stuff.
We really are.
We do.
We really are.
So I did a blob there just so y'all could
beautiful.
see what.
I love all the color.
That's it. See, the blob gives more of those rounded puddle looks to it instead of more of the paint streaks and strokes when I just use the brush.
I was afraid of scale, evidently, right here.
That's okay. You can lift it up and show our friends.
So there are some little bitty roses. And let's see what I'm going to do now.
So see, and again,
I love
we
that.
don't know what we're doing, y'all.
We don't. We really don't, but that's okay.
We appreciate all these YouTubers who know what they're doing and who do beginner.
Yep. As we sit down and...
I'm finding I like the puddly look more.
Now, they say if you stick with your color palette, you will always have something to go to. Like you'll always have, like when we go to start making cards.
Yeah.
So what is your color palette?
To be honest, it's probably going to be purples, pinks, and greens. Probably blues in there a little bit.
So mine will be greens, browns.
Because you're earthy.
Greens, browns, and yellows maybe.
But see, that's good for, that's yours, for our friends because they get to see
different, and that's why
Something
we
different.
like. That's why I think we like do better at this.
Yeah, everything we do different,
Yeah,
and
we do.
that's good. It gives you all different ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So this is fun figuring out the puddling of it all.
So you're using that in puddling.
Yeah, if you just squeeze the water on it instead of using so much the brush, I guess filling in the white areas in my thistle was good for doing strokes. But just like dropping the puddle in, man, I'm really...
Oh.
Of course, now your thistle's not going to be pokey as it should be, but...
It looks like a tufula tree.
Is that the
Lorax.
That's right, the dudes.
Ooh, I don't
And
like
the good
doing
thing
that on mine.
to rinse your brush too, you can just squeeze your brush and get the water out.
Ooh. I just took all the paint off mine.
Do you need help?
Oh, I'm good.
Can I
This is
assist
a
you?
learning.
This is,
project.
and I think maybe you're seeing both of us slowing down because it is so relaxing.
Yes, we're not at the frantic pace that we're usually at.
Lady Tanya Lentz, and I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right. That's how it would have been pronounced, when I lived in Pennsylvania as a child. So I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing Lentz or Lentz wrong. She has in her video, I don't know if she's outside or she's got the window open, but you hear birds chirping in the background. It's awesome. Anyway, that's me. Now, you can do some leaves if you want,
I think I'm gonna do some
you can
leaves.
do whatever color leaf you want to do. Just make sure. See, this looks like a gray blue, but it's actually more of a dark turquoise or aqua. So I might be going for a gray. Laura, how's it going with you over there?
It's great. I'm making a vine.
Okay, she's got a vine. That's also blue. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is outline with gray.
And I have metallic markers as well.
Do you really?
So if you would like to decorate on the inside of them, we can.
Okay. Now, as y'all know, or may not know if you don't really know thistles very well, they're jaggedy, so you kind of have to have a jaggedy leaf there. The leaf is jaggedy is what I'm trying to get out of my mouth here.
It's puffy.
And so it's puffy.
Oh yeah, the jagged leaf part of it.
So I'm just trying to... There we go. And it's kind of a grayish color, but I'm going to have a hard time getting that done. So I'm going to try to do my water thing, Laura. Is this mine?
That's mine.
That's yours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that
mine's
yours?
over here. Okay, because I was going to yell at myself for messing with your stuff.
No, you're fine.
So I'm going to put... Well, I'll wait a second. You can mix your colors. You don't have to do one solid color. You can mix your colors. So I'm using my little plastic sheet here. Remember this little plastic? It's just like a film, but again, you can use anything. So...
And I'm going to do some blending that I saw Nadia on Staedler do.
I like Nadia. There's some blue. And I have no idea how this is going to turn out because I didn't do it like this on my other one.
That's the great part of it.
Yeah. I'm not making the kind of thistle that has, the purple top and then the blob at the bottom, the green thing, whatever that's called. I'm just going to make this other kind of thistle. That is real. It's just not as fancy. The thistle is the flower of Scotland. There you go.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What is our flower?
The United States flower?
No. Mm-mm.
North Carolina?
Yeah,
The dogwood flower.
that's our tree.
Yes, I know, but I think it's
That's
our
our flower?
too.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong, y'all. Now, watch this, because we know. What is North Carolina's seashell? Please, if anybody knows, I thought it would be you. Do you know what it is? The Scotch bonnet. Guess again.
Really?
Yeah, the Scotch
I
bonnet.
had no idea that was it.
So there's a little water right there in the middle. And you're just gonna, can you see that, friends? I'm sorry.
Let's see. Oh, where'd you put your, when did you take your color out? I missed it.
What color?
Right there.
What do you mean, when did I take it out?
You're missing color. Right here.
I didn't. That's the thing. That's puddle.
Oh, I got you.
See? I didn't even try. So it looks
That's
like
awesome.
that. And it probably looks like poo-poo.
No, it doesn't.
Right.
I was like, I missed that technique.
No, it's just where the water puddled.
That's great.
See, so again, we're learning as we go, y'all. Learning as we go.
I thought you took your paper towel. See, I took my paper
No.
towel and look what happened.
But that looks good.
I was like, oh.
All right, I'm going to add more gray and probably a little more water. Okay. And you know, y'all, blot your brush. They're always blotting their brush. You can squeeze water and rinse it, or you can rinse it in a cup. Okay. Now, I don't know what I'm doing.
That's okay.
Oh, look at Laura shading her.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little shade, just
There you
pulling
go.
some color from the main line that I made, and I'm just dragging it
And I'm
right from and keeping it within that line,
Yeah.
trying to, and just picking some of that up and dragging it to the other side to give it just a light shading.
And I'm going to go back in with one of these colors too to do something similar. I just wanted a different color on the inside of
See how
my
that
leaf.
works right there? And see that subtle
Look at that.
shading it gives it?
That's
I love
beautiful,
that.
Laura.
And then, like, if you have too much in one area, you can just, went out of line, but you can just drag it around to get those white spots in until you're satisfied with it. And since I dragged that out of the line, I'm going to go back in and just make that a shadow.
Now, also, you know, like we're drawing these vines and leaves, and when you drag your water brush across that, it's gonna take away that harsh line, and whether you want it there or not. I mean, I like it in certain spots. Kind of gives your eyes somewhere to land.
Yep. And there's where I went out of the line and just gave it like a little shadow right there.
Well, look at that! How pretty hers turned out. Easy peasy.
Yeah, if you make a mistake, just keep rolling and drag some more paint or some more of your brush. No mistakes. No mistakes.
See, there's no mistakes. It's just, you know. And again, so Laura, tell us, if you don't mind. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but we're hoping to do cards.
Yeah.
And imagine making something pretty, just on a little, you can buy postcards, or you can, what I'd probably do is cut my paper up.
Right.
And just draw something cute, a little flower, whatever, and just either by hand or stamp happy birthday or get well soon or miss you or you're special to me, whatever.
Yep. Or
Sorry, I
just,
said Laura tell me, and then I blabbed and did it all.
yeah, or just thinking of you. Hope you have a great day. That's what I got to do.
That's right.
Sometimes people just need to hear that.
It's true. Just need to know they're loved.
Just cut some cardstock.
So I'm just going to put that there so you can see how I did the leaves. Made my own color for the inside, but I'm going to go back in and shade. Anyway, go ahead. You cut some cardstock or whatever.
Oh yeah, just cut cardstock.
And make an envelope.
Well, you can make your card, and you
As
can
long
get
as the
some
holds
dimensional
the
tape.
paper.
Yeah, and get some dimensional tape and put a say in it, on it.
That's right.
I mean, anything you want to do.
Even something as simple as stickers, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Stamps. It's like Laura said, just, you know, you do you.
I'm more of a more abstract person when it comes to art. I'm more of a splatter, messy. I'm not this, so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, I am, but
I think this is good.
oh, I do too.
Because
I love doing this. I love doing this.
it's having to accept that you are not in control.
Absolutely.
I mean, of the way the water goes, and you know, it's very much you know, kind of wait and see, kind of, you know, waiting to see how it turns out. And you know what? However it turns out is going to be beautiful. So I'm going to do like Laura. Move this out of the way a little bit. Laura, your leaf, beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful. You may not be able to see how I have done a dark shade along the bottoms of the leaves, but see, that's where I have the issue. Trying to be like, get it to blend like Laura's did. To blend out a little. Blending from the dark that you draw on there, blending it out for shade, and figuring out how much water to squeeze out. You got to figure out your own little water brush, you know, because I'm ending up just painting over the whole entire leaf again, and that's not what I intended to do. I'm just trying to create shadow on the bottom. So you got, you know, you got to learn. There's different little things about it, but it's not hard. Everything, you know, is going to turn out all right. It's going to turn out pretty, and people will be glad to get it from you as a gift or to hang in their house, your own house. If you want to do something different in your house like I do right now, just draw some stuff. Who's going to complain?
nobody.
All right. It's just figuring it out because, again, we haven't had any kind of art training.
We have not.
None. But Laura, like she had mentioned earlier, she's going to take a class, and, you know, she can teach me and we can teach you some tricks with watercolors. And there's different kinds. You're going to be doing the paint, like the traditional. Is that right,
Yeah, I'll be
Laura?
doing the pans. So
Can you tell
that'll
she's
be fun.
excited?
I really am.
She used the word pans, so girl knows she's excited. I'm so happy for her.
It'll be little pans.
The thistle's a little whack looking. I don't know. It's very smeary. It's not pokey, but it's interesting.
But you did a different technique.
Oh, that's
you
it.
did the.
I did. I tried the puddling.
Puddling.
I call it puddling. I don't know what that is. And then also, see, I added some marker at the bottom of each leaf, and then went back in with my water brush and tried to blend it to create shadow.
Got you.
But, you know.
Well, don't look at the chartreuse vine.
Are you
Because
kidding?
that was just a
I'm loving
doodle.
the chartreuse
It was
vine.
a doodle, but this is
Look at how
just the
bright
leaves.
and pretty that turned out, Laura.
Yeah, it did well. I mean, just
did.
for us sitting here doodling, I'm pretty pleased with it. I love my bird.
That's a nice bird.
If you've stayed with us this long, bless you. We appreciate you being here.
We do. We do appreciate you being here. You know, we do this for fun, and we're not like anybody else out there that I've seen. I mean,
No.
you know, we're not taking ourselves seriously. We're just
Clearly.
we are beginning most of this stuff. We are beginners and show you what it's like beginning. It's not going to be perfect. And do you want to spend the money on it? My markers were $20.99 plus tax here in North Carolina. So,
My markers were probably $17. And I say yes.
I say yes.
I say yes.
I love
say this for a first time for roses. They might not look good to you. I'm very proud of them.
For first time.
I will be doing them again.
I'll be doing mine again.
I will be doing a lot of this. I will be sitting out on my deck, de-stressing, and doing this. And
I think for me too. $21 was a good investment. My little paintbrushes water brushes. It was 60 cents a piece, basically. This little pen was $1.50. And the paper, I got for $6 because it was on sale. And I get 15 pieces of this giant paper. So I'm going to show mine too real quick. I mean, maybe you're an excellent artist.
And please don't judge.
Yeah, so, we're trying.
We don't judge. We never judge anybody's work at all.
No. So I like this. Like she said, I think it's going to be something where you're sitting on the deck, watching out for spiders and such in the summer. And, and enjoying it. It's very relaxing.
I think for me, what we've been doing in the past, like I told you, we've been doing so many new things. I'm not one to keep collecting crafts.
It gets expensive.
And it's a lot of stuff.
It is.
This is a piece of paper, and I'm okay with a sketchbook or a journal or cards in a box. But I think I'm
there
good
are
with
just
this.
certain things, it's like, if I understand what you're saying, like, okay, so years ago, we said, hey, let's try making soap. So we got stuff to make soap. Well, that's not something we want to do all the time. It's just not something that really...
And you've got to get the pour, the double boiler. You've got to get the pellets, the all this stuff, and it's like it sits there once every 3 years, and I'm like, this is taking up space.
Now maybe for other people, that's something you love, making soap or candles or whatever you crochet. Go for it. But I think just what you're saying is, when we feel like being crafty, when you feel like being crafty, this is it. It's easy to pull out. You've got something pretty.
It's relaxing.
It's relaxing.
It really is. Anytime you make something with your hands, I think you feel better.
I agree.
So I give this 5 mazzles.
Yeah, I do. I give it 5 mazzles too. Where is our mazzle? She's sleeping. I should have brought Taco.
She's asleep on her side.
Like a little piggy.
I could squish her.
I know, I love her to pieces. I should have brought my dog, but he's mean and likes to bite. Except he likes you.
He likes me.
So anyway, yes.
So we are happy that you joined us. We hope you don't judge, especially my little backwards bird.
It's a lovely bird.
And we hope that you go out and get you some water brush pens.
Yes.
They are cheap enough. I mean, you can get, I think, less, but I think really you get your money's worth if you get a few more.
And are you happy with the way yours work?
I am.
Okay, and yours is Parkoo?
Mine is Parkoo. I don't think mine blended colors as well. Like, I don't think I was able to blend mine.
Oh, okay.
And mine aren't double-ended either.
Oh, I was thinking they were.
No, I only have the one. But mine are more brush-like than yours. You're more marker.
Mine's definitely more of a marker.
Yeah, so that might be something to consider.
So, just whatever. Mine are Staedler. I got them at Hobby
and that's
Lobby.
A well-known brand.
It is a well-known brand, so I felt fine buying it. Yeah. And, it wasn't much more than what you'd pay on Amazon for something.
Yeah.
So, and I had, the reason is because I had a gift card for my birthday from a child.
That's right. So we hope you all try this. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We hope that we didn't bore you on this one. It was a more quieter one.
It was very quiet.
And we will see you next time on Crafty Chaos.
Great. Thank you. Have a good weekend.